So here's our old Arburg running. This is the second one we own. This is we call this one Snappy. You'll see why in a minute. But this one hasn't been retrofitted with new controls. It's still got well, somebody retrofitted the controls on this one. This is not original stuff. Let's get in here and I'll show you a little closer what's going on. So just got two timers controlling the clamp time and the inject time. So yeah, I'll let it go for a cycle here and you can watch it. So now we're injecting material right now. That's going to finish. And now we're continuing to cool. So we're running Snappy today. It takes a bit of time for this stuff to cool down to get it out of the mold. So let this thing finish. Yeah, this was probably done by these guys. These controls, they don't look like the original Arburg controls that came with these machines. Of course, this temperature controller is long since dead. We've somebody along the way, I think my buddy here, put this temperature control on. A little bit, we'll get inside that box. I'll show you what's inside there. So let's watch a cycle up here. So it's cooling right now, obviously. Just about ready to open. See how fast that thing opens and closes. That's why we call it Snappy. We'll get one more cycle here, a little closer. See, the nozzle just moved up. It's cooling off. This particular part just runs and runs. This gives us no problem at all. Just kicks these parts out. So let's come around here. So here's the parts for today. So far today, I guess. I'm not sure when this was started, but yeah, it's made all these guys. Big tub of those. I think there's like 1,500 parts. Each one of these tubs. Another couple of tubs up here on the shelf, already done. As long as a bunch of other parts we'll look at here in a minute. So yeah, we'll see if we can catch one now falling out of here. Let's see, just about ready to open. So this is the part we're making today. It's a grommet. It goes in the head of a Minecraft character. We'll look at that here in a second too. So obviously this still needs to be trimmed off because we don't have any subgates in our mold. So, and then this tank provides the cooling. Yeah, pretty nasty, but keeps the mold cool. So yeah, one's definitely warmer than the other. So, and to keep this thing running, we just basically keep it filled with plastic. Look down in there. Snappy. Yeah, we should probably fill it up here. So to do that, we'll just come over here. Snappy. Some other stuff. Yeah, let's get another one. And a little sight glass here lets you see when it's really getting empty. So let's come around here and you can watch. Injecting. and when it comes up, it automatically pulls in some more material right there, so you can see the material falling down in there. Maybe I can remove this. It's hotter than hell. And watch that easier. And if you get this set up right, it will just run and run and run and run. So I've got a friend of mine that runs this machine. He makes Minecraft characters, which all these are, and then he sells them at shows. So here's a typical character. It's got those Snappy grommets. Let this guy get posed in which way you want. So that's the basic part we're making. You can see he makes lots of these things over the course of a year. Let's look at some of his raw parts. So there's one of those Snappy grommets has already been super glued into one of the arms. The one we're currently making is for the head, so that's already been super glued in and ready to go. So let's see what else is here. Oh, these are little doors that get glued on after the Snappy's been glued in. So a lot of manual steps. I think all these parts are made on the Arburg too. These are glow-in-the-dark pickaxes. I don't know, you can kind of see them glowing. There's some more down in there. Oh, those are swords. Yeah, it's all kinds of stuff. So, more characters. If you want any of these, his website's called Red Lava Toys, redlavatoys.com. And you can customize, and he's got just tons and tons of stickers. You can make all kinds. So yeah, next we'll shut this guy down and open it up so you can have a look inside. Thought I'd show you a couple of the mold inserts. So this is a blank one we haven't started cutting up yet. So this one's just freshly been machined. I think this one is too. Yeah. So those will make a mold pair ready to be machined up. So this is what a typical mold looks like. This is a pretty old one. This was made out of aluminum, and it's making those Snappy grommets, the smaller ones. Let's see if this will, yeah, I can't even get that off. So yeah, these don't use subgates either, so these have to be trimmed. I think this is the one we're currently, yeah, these on the A side are not ejector pins. These are actually vents. So to be able to get the Snappy out, yeah, there's vents down in here, you can see. So you just use a ejector pin that doesn't eject, and there's a little bit of air leaking around the pin, lets the air out. I think all these tracks on the side are also an attempt to vent this thing. So this is the B side. It's got all the ejector pins in it. Yeah, not quite sure what this piece of crap is. This mold is pretty old. This is probably 4 years old or more, 5 years. It's just beat to tar. You can see down in here, well, maybe you can't see, I'm not sure I can show it well on this thing, but this thing's gotten beat pretty bad. It's gone to the welders multiple times, gotten retouched up, and yeah. So maybe I can show you straight down through here. Yeah, there's four ejector pins around each one of these, so 4, 8, 12, 16 pins just to eject the parts. Then there's another 1, 2, 3 on the runner, so it was 19 ejector pins in this guy that all have to be threaded through here. Yeah, pretty crazy. So, and then these cooling lines at the bottom. I don't think he uses both sets of cooling at the same time. He just hooks up to one side, and so the cooling just comes up, goes across, and comes back out. It doesn't actually go up underneath the parts. So, just keeping this part of the mold cool is enough to keep this baby running. So yeah, I'm not sure what this one is. I help make the molds, but I don't often run them, so I don't know if this is a runner or not. You can see the cooling. Yeah. Yeah, so this is the mold we're currently working on to replace that one we just looked at. So this one has been EDM'd. We EDM'd each one of these guys in. It still needs the runner cut in. I believe this one we're going to put the sub gates. So in case you're not familiar with a sub gate, is, you know, the runner comes up close, and then you bore a little hole from the end of the runner into the side of the part, and that's where the plastic gets injected through. And so then when the part gets ejected, there's an ejector pin right next to the part, as well as ejector pins on the part, and it shears the runner off from the side of the part as it's being ejected, so that you don't have to trim parts. So yeah, so right now I think he's getting lined up to yeah, there's a mold in there. That's a piece of junk steel. He's just practicing getting ready to actually do the work on the real one that just came off our new surface grinder. Haven't even placed a surface grinder yet, but got this blank machined yesterday to within a few tenths of being the perfect size, which is nice, really nice. Okay, let's get some dimensions off this thing. So let's see how this thing moves back and forth. See the ejector pins going back and forth. So the ejector plate's all the way back, and then there's a pin down in here that hits the end stop as this thing comes back, pushes all the ejector pins forward. Of course, this is running on a pneumatic cylinder down here with a solenoid. So these rods are about 1 inch, just over 1 inch, which is odd for, let's put it metric, 26 millimeters. And then let's see, these links down here, about 8 millimeters thick. And let's see, they are, let's get that in the middle, about 5 1/3 inches long. And there are, let's see, yeah, just 2 here, and yeah, probably making you sick, but yeah, some kind of weird double linkage thing. I hope that get that on video and see it. Trying to do this one-handed isn't easy. And of course, when this thing is working, this thing comes up and clunks, you know, goes over top dead center. I can't get that hard enough. And then this is the adjuster, which is pretty beefy. Let's get a caliper on that. That's about 49.5 millimeters. And then it's got this nut, of course, or two nuts, right? So you can use these two guys to move this back and forth. Wow, that was really loose. So that's about it for dimensions, I think. Let me know if I missed something I can add on. Sorry for all the swinging around. Let's see if I can get this down one more time. Yeah, there you go. So, yeah, the throw on that cylinder looks to be about, you know, 1.5 inches, 2 inches, probably 2 inches. So, hopefully that helps.